NetsChat. Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast episode. As Kareem would say, back with another banger video. And yes, he just sounding voice, so you guys know that today's co-host on NetsChat is Kareem BwoyATingz. Yes. Hi Kareem, introduce yourself.
Well, welcome to BwoyATingz Podcast, because since I'm here, I'm doing a takeover. But yeah, this is Kareem BwoyATingz. I don't know where I am already. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for having me, by the way.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know. It's a boy.
Yeah, you know the vibe.
Okay, guys. So Daniel is not here today. She is taking a very chill weekend. So, I'm here with Kareem. And we'll be continuing our series, Sex Miseducation. And today's topic, last week we talked about masturbation and what we thought sex was back then versus what we think sex is now. And I'm going to ask Kareem that question as well. However, today's topic is foreplay and the importance of it and why Jamaican men think that it needs to be skipped. Great. We can't talk about other men because we only experience Jamaican men. And if you're experiencing other men, you need to ask them that. Okay, Kareem. So before we get into the main topic, I just really want to ask you, thank you for coming on first. But I want to ask, when you were younger, before you started having sex, what were the things you heard about sex versus when you started having sex and you realized, this is not true?
That if you have sex, you'll get pregnant and die.
Well,
that's a line from Mean Girls. But realistically though, there's so much, there's none really come on top of my mind, to be honest. There's so much. There's so many. Wow. Really and truly though, I would just say just sex in general, that sex is bad and how society paints it out. Nothing is wrong with getting married before having sex or whatever the case is. But society paints it that if you're a very sexual person, that means that you're careless. If you're a very sexual person, man or woman, that means that you are a whore. If you're a very sexual person, you can't speak on these things publicly because, it's looked down on. Little things like them there. Once you're sexualized in any way, shape, or form, or sensual, sexual, whatever it is, whatever terminology is the correct one, I'm not an English major, then people try to put you in a box like, you don't really make no sense, saying I have no head. But in the actual form of having sex, though, I can't really think of one right now. But if throughout the episode, it's supposed to come to me. But there was so many, though, growing up hearing about having sex and what come to.
You said something interesting though, which leads me to this question. Do you think that where we are now, especially not in the world, but in Jamaica specifically, we are moving away from shaming people who talk about sex and, engage and enjoy sex openly?
How long do you have for me to answer? Because here we go now. No, for anybody who's following me on social media or has listened to, or who is that calling my phone?
All right, guys. So we had to take a little break, but we are back now. And yes, so back to my question, Kareem. So what I wanted to ask is, do you think that Jamaica is moving from, the shameful nature of, people enjoying sex, expressing that they enjoy sex, and, just talking about sex overall, not something that's taboo?
Yes and no. And it's a strong no and a very weak yes. And if anybody has followed my content or is following me on social media, I think about 3 days ago, I made a post about, just speaking about sex publicly. Some of my content are very much sexual content, and it's because I try to target taboo topics. Cool? Whew. By the way, people, I just have to run down Martin Hill and come back up. And that was a workout. Jesus Christ. No, man. That's on Express Fitness. That's crazy. All right, but in reality though, we tend to want to preach that we're more open and it is okay to speak about sexual topics, but we're not. Because anybody that talks too much about sex, them automatically put in a box that, again, you're careless, that you don't make no sense, that you don't have no substance. Substance don't have to mean that I'm here talking about the dictionary and the globes and how much continent is in the world. That doesn't make no sense to me. And speaking about sex openly, it's really and truly to teach the younger generation that, hey, it is perfectly fine to be open with your body. It's perfectly fine to know what you want sexually. And it's perfectly fine to be open about your sexual desires. Nothing wrong with that. All right? But here we are, 2021. If especially a woman talks so much about sex, whether musically, any way, shape, or form, creatively, them start say, oh, she don't make no sense. She don't have no substance. There's nothing there. So we're really and truly not. We pretend that we are. The only thing that I'll say yes to though is that oral sex is not so much. You understand what I'm saying? Because when I was going to high school, women even giving head was looked down like, Jesus Christ, I'm just nasty. You understand what I'm saying? But now it's like, oh, it's so much celebrated. So that's the only thing. And like certain sexual positions and certain like things, we're kind of getting into the groove.
Okay. Ooh, sorry.
Seal it.
Yeah, it's true. Cause like now if women like don't do like give head, people are like, you not get head?
Yes.
So it's like,
yes.
you know, when
tables have turned, may I tell you the truth?
Tables turn, the tables turn.
Cute spice. Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of understand what you're saying, especially when it come on to women, for real, because a man can openly sing about stuff like this and everybody's like, yo, that tune is tough. And when women do it, as we've seen, they're like, oh my God, she's just so raw, and why would she say something like this? So I think it's the standard that they place on the two genders. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about any other gender, like talking down any other gender. I'm just making that clear. But I'm talking about men and women like right now. But yeah, so I don't feel like we're going to get there in the next 10 or 15 years, maybe 20. Maybe 20. And I do agree with your answer. So now speaking of oral sex and stuff like that, we're going to go into the foreplay. As Shane says, they put it in a region.
What is the region?
No, she mean a region, like her vagina. Where else? Never mind.
Region could be, women have a lot of holes. So region could not be anything. But that's what you mean.
I think this camera is dead.
Is it?
Yeah, so Kareem, you know what? I'm not.
No, but she could have put it in a region. Like the region.
Her nose?
It could be her nose. I saw her put it in a nose hole.
You have a point. But I'm saying, you know, people really putting it some places wherever they want to these days. I'm not really discriminating. But yeah, what do you consider like foreplay? Because I think everybody's definition is different.
I was about to ask you that. That's so funny. But I forgot that I'm not the interviewer here. I don't know. Foreplay really and truly depends on who you are, you know, like as a person. Zine? Because foreplay is just foreplay. It's before the actual it's before the actual penetration. You understand? So it could be just kissing. It could be, I don't really know how explicit I can get on your channel. But it could be.
It's an open space.
But it could be just a little nibble breast. It could be a little fingering. It could be, you know, oral sex. So as I said, foreplaying is any act before the actual penetration. So it all depends on your liking and it all depends on what you would like to do. What is foreplay for you, though?
For me, personally, anything that made me get wet. But then the thing is, I could have, if we really want you, we can look at you and get wet. Makes sense. Then the foreplay over. We don't really need it because I'm already at the point. But for women who like probably take longer time to get wet, I would say, you know, just stimulating the person because they don't really have to like touch their sexual organs for people to, you know, consider it foreplay because they can't like touch your skin and you start get hot and bothered and you're just like, oh my God. Yeah. So for me, like mostly it's skin touching, right? I don't know if that's like weird or whatever.
It's not.
So like I never knew I liked it though until the person that I'm talking to now did it, and I was like, look, I never touched me before because...
You never want skin? You just start get skin?
We just start get skin.
You just get a skin 2021. Love
he
that.
He would have run him hand like palm of back, and I'm like, so you ready? He's like, ready for what? And I was just... And I'm like, yeah, I thought you were starting it. And he's like, no. But in my younger days... in my younger days, I'm going to say the standard, what everybody was saying, you know, a little nibble on the nipple, you know, and then play with their cleats and stuff like that. And I feel like everybody just find what me really get them wet.
But do you think it's necessary, though, for that?
What, foreplay?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to say I'm going to say yes because remember, so that's what I grew to know. Say this is necessary before you have the sex.
Okay, but can you imagine how vanilla it would be if it is that there was no foreplay involved? Like, for instance, you come home, man just start to take off your clothes, not even kiss you. Just start to take off your clothes and just insert, and then him come, and then that is just it.
No, out of ignorance.
That is my point. So, see, because this is how we're accustomed, we might think that, okay, what if it is that we're thinking that this is the way it's supposed to go? But just imagine sex without anything else. Like, imagine sex without any kissing. Imagine sex without any touching nor anything, and just straight penetration.
I don't know if you imagine I've done that before. I mean, it was
a quickie.
No, it did actually last a while. It wasn't a quickie.
So they never kissed, they never did nothing?
No.
Same, just
we
insert?
Because we both knew. And the thing is, I just feel like I was just having sex with somebody who never respect me because me didn't want the kiss up by everything, you know. But he just didn't want that. And him just didn't want put it in, and then him just put it in. I was just
because that's all you wanted.
Yeah, so,
right.
you know, he never did the kiss up thing. And I was like, I can't do that again because I personally don't think that's my thing. But I think kissing is like one of the most important parts of foreplay, you know.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm in a kissing mood. I tell you the truth, like there are lots of women who might be watching this that have had sex with me before, and them can tell you that, but I typically kiss them. And it all depends on who the person is. It all depends on you know, because kissing can really make you get, you know, very, very in the motion. And then, you know, somebody kissing you, it kind of feels so personal. Not saying sex is not personal, you know. Because you see all the life going on because you were up, you know. Because kissing is personal, some people got to be like, oh, but then you can exchange, you know, command them stuff with it, right? But for kissing, for me, I think that is the ultimate. That's the first step of, oh, hey, I really like you. Either like you as in, I want you to be in a relationship, or like you as in, I'm physically attracted to you. Because if I'm not attracted to you, I'm not going to kiss you. I'm not going to even lie to you. And yes, again, you're going to say, so if you're not attracted to the person, how are you going to have sex with the person? There's two differences. Trust and believe in. Like, there's a big difference.
I don't think I
you don't think
understand.
so?
Let me tell you why. Because I can't not be sexually attracted to somebody.
Have sex with them?
And
You're
still
a woman.
have sex with them.
You're a woman, Nathaniel. Like, what do you mean?
Kareem, men make it sound so easy. I can understand like having sex with somebody and not liking them, like, you know, have no particular feeling towards them, but not the sexual attraction. It's
okay, here we go. What if it's a case where you're intoxicated and that's just the first person that's available to you, but on a regular day of, you know, this is what you would like to have inside of your bed, the person don't really match up to all of the, you know, all of the qualities and all the things that we look for. So it can just be that, all right, this person is just available. You're just available in that time, that moment, and it just happened. You won't necessarily, I won't be ticking off all the qualities and all of the things then on a list because you don't really have it. You're not really up to the standard of what I would want. I
know that you talk about it like that. I think I've done that before. Like the one lesson I was talking about on my podcast. On your podcast. I was no way, on a regular day, I would not be attracted to this person. Somebody are foreign, have some fun.
Yeah, like things happen. Life is life.
That's true.
But did you have foreplay though in a one night stand?
I did.
You know, the funny thing though, you know, sometimes the foreplay in a one night stand actually make more sense than the foreplay in a relationship. I don't know if it's because you don't really know the person.
Yeah, just nice.
Like, nice, bud.
So now we just enjoy the local moments and up together.
Yeah, Axel and Jasmine Rice. Nice. Love that.
I think like when you're in things with somebody for like a time, it kind of takes away from the foreplay, right? Meaning after a while, you just know say we're not gonna have sex. So you just you can't skip out parts like that. And
why?
Then, I don't know. Remember say, I know me and them, you know, I've heard it. It has happened to me in my UE days.
Because I guess we get too comfortable. And when you're just starting a relationship, especially in the honeymoon phase, you know, foreplay is such a big thing and you want to learn the person's body. You want to know what turn them on. You want to please them. You want to everything. True. I guess that when you get so complacent, you're just like, all right, fine, we can skip out the eating and the things and the things and the things. But after doing something with them, we can just skip it to the sex. But it should have been the other way around. For me, it should be the other way around because the more you're having sex with somebody is the more you have to take out tricks out of your bag. Right now, my bag full of things, full of tricks, and full of being excited.
That's true, because you always have to surprise them each time. If you propose everything on the first time.
Then you get used to it now.
Yeah, so every
and you say, boy, I got a little eating, I'm tired of a little this, I'm tired of a little thumb in the butt and them something. Yeah, no.
Do you think thumb in the butt is a foreplay thing?
It can be a foreplay thing.
Never heard of a thumb in the butt as a foreplay thing.
You never heard of that before?
No. As a foreplay thing.
It can be a foreplay, yeah. It can be foreplay.
I feel like men just put fingers in the butt when they want you to come. Like when they must say, all right, that girl has sex too long. Let me just press.
Hold on. You know, Denny is the ear, but I feel like I catch Denny laugh. Because well, I'm going to be able to laugh out loud. Everybody upstairs supposed to hear me.
More than likely.
See, so the thumb in the butt is when we just want you to come.
That's what I think.
What about the persons who enjoy anal? Like, what about the women that enjoys anal? And just like how you would finger a vagina, you can also finger a ass.
That's true. Then I can understand why it's considered like foreplay. But for me, like I don't like fingers overall.
Yeah, a lot of women say that, and that's so strange because growing up, I think that is one of them about sexual things. Growing up, men especially, say you kiss, you never the breast, you start finger. Now that I'm a big age at 25, a lot of women have been hearing that they don't like fingering, and I'm like, so who have been teaching me things all this time? Because, I mean, yes, there are women that likes it, but we are under this preconceived notion that every woman wants you to finger them before you actually have sex, and every woman did like it, and some of them didn't really like it for real.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of women aren't going to say anything because they must say, I'm going to say something and the boy nobody want to have sex. Because you have people...
Yeah, but I want to know. I want to know because the thing is, I'm a pleaser, right? Mm. And how am I going to know if I'm pleasing you right if you don't communicate that you're being pleased or not being pleased? Like, how do I know? Because remember, every woman's body is different. Every woman is also different in terms of likes and, what gets them aroused and there to that point, right? To me, it's no bum. And you might like it rough. The next one might like it, nice and mellow and romantic and them look something, other woman might like a foot in her head. Our foot in our neck and them thing there and a thump in our back when you get a look at backwards and them something there, understand? But we wouldn't know because that's not communicated.
You ever meet somebody who wants a thump in their back?
I've met a lot of women that love to be, taken advantage of. And them love to feel like a slave and you treat them like a slave.
No, but thump in her back is kind of intriguing.
The thump in her ears. One girl said the next day like she could hear nothing and she wanted for water going in her ears. And I said, no, baby girl, this was the water.
You just thump it.
Yeah, man, I do thump it. They say they want.
So it's like no, because I'm trying to understand. So if it's like a hot thumb.
When somebody thump you, it's not gonna be thumb for death. It's not gonna be a thumb for death, you're blind and kill you, but
she couldn't hear.
They can feel it. Yes, maybe because of the impact in the moment. I don't know if she was moaning and then because you let out the sound and the sound going in the ears. But I don't know. But she just put it in the next ear really.
But the thing is, I don't know why she think water going in is because water actually don't stay in ears.
It doesn't?
No.
So where did you get that from when we grew up?
I actually have no idea, but in recent times, like I have a lot of ear problems. Mm-hmm. So when I go to the doctor and I was like, oh my God, what's stuck in my ear? She's like, listen, it is water don't stuck in the ears. It comes out right as it goes in. So it shoots in and then it comes out.
Oh, we never know. Oh, come. That's like come goes in.
Yeah, I don't know. That's never happened to me. Okay, so I've seen like a debate where people say that they don't consider oral sex a part of foreplay. And I'm wondering if you put oral sex aside, right? If you put oral sex aside, right? Mm-hmm. I don't understand because the thing is I can't put it aside. I'm going to take it up back.
I think that is a major component of foreplay. So I'm trying to understand what they were trying to say because oral sex aside, what else is there?
What about the people who don't believe in oral sex?
So what else them do? Kissing?
Yeah, them kiss up.
But you see, also, it don't have to be physical touch. It can be a little wax play. It can be a little massage. That is also can be considered as foreplay. You got like a wax, a little massage in oil, like them look at something.
But people now go out and do them thing there.
They know what them are doing.
The thing is, you have a lot of people who only see foreplay as kissing, not women, but men. Mm-hmm. Kissing and then them, put them tongue in their ears. And I like
when
that.
the tongue in the ears thing is very festive, I must say
that
to you.
is-
I
yeah.
do love that.
And
So if you're watching, I do enjoy that, and I trust and believe me. I wipe behind my ear and also, in and around. So my ear is very clean. So I love that. Go ahead.
no, but the thing is, a lot of people don't wipe behind them ear, and they want people, But I don't make people put them tongue in my ear anymore because me realize them have ear problems, and I wouldn't subject anybody.
You can put the tongue somewhere else in your nose, something. You can try like a thing.
Nose not sound bad. Kareem, stop letting me think about stuff like that.
Tongue in your navel. Hey, look at something nice,
But some people don't wash them navel either.
Well, suck off your toe. So that's another one.
That can be foreplay as well. But
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't doing the toe
So what are they
thing.
doing then? Because if
And
they're
that's
not
what I'm
doing
saying, them
orals
just
and they're not
kiss,
doing kiss
and then
what?
them
and
sucking
fingering.
nipple, and then they finger, and then I feel like it's very barbaric that you want to jump on somebody that you don't really know and you've never had sex with before and trying these tricks and trades. I feel like sex is a conversation, and what you like leading up to the sex is an important part of the conversation as well.
I do believe so as well. Because you have to understand that, for me, because, I'm getting older and I've started to have sex at a very young age. So, and I've done a lot of things sexually, I believe that I've seen it all, and I possibly, if not 90%, 95% have done it all sexually. Especially when I'm in a relationship with a woman and them somebody. So, but at the end of the day, so for now, nothing really excites me that much. And, sex is just not one of the things on my list anymore, to be honest, for the past about 2 years. But if foreplay is taken out of the equation, right, what is there to really enjoy? Just a stimulation. Like, so I'm inside of you. Yes, and I thrust and the things them are going and the things them are going. And yeah, and that can be enjoyable. But not all women also come from stimulation as well. Not all women,
I think it's the
can get off by
selfish
that.
nature of men, though, because men, I've learned that there are men out there who exist that don't know that women come from like stimulation,
Facts.
right? And
Can be stimulation, penetration. Like there's so many different. Come on, guys.
but the thing is, a lot of the men aren't like trying to educate themselves on these things.
That's why I'm here for you people.
Yes, guys, Kareem is teaching you guys how to have better sex.
Yes.
But I feel like a lot of them grow with it, So them hear about it when they were younger. That's why I asked you what were the things that you heard.
That as well.
Because-
Yeah. Like, oral sex and them something they, them bone it out and them say must do it because of, whatever reason. But look on this though. I'm always say this. There's so many substitutes, that you can invite inside of your bedroom that if you personally don't want to do that, you can have toys. You understand me? So toying, as I would say,
Is that part of foreplay
that
too?
is a part of foreplay. So here what happened, if a girl likes oral sex and you don't want to do it, I have not done oral sex with a mate. So I'm gonna take for many reasons. But if you don't want to do it though, like there are toys and stuff like that. Like there's so much click stimulations and there's so much different things and there are bullets and there's so much fucking something you can use. I can't understand what is the issue. Because if you don't want to do it and you don't want to get toys, then what is the reason that you and somebody having sex for?
There's
It's
no
supposed to be pleasing
reason.
the person.
The thing is, a lot of people think that they're pleased us until they actually start having sex. And then they're just like, wow, me not do this and I'm not going to do that. Because I've dated men that whenever we say, all right, boom, and I ask them to do like certain things, which I don't think is out of the ordinary. They're like,
Like what? Give us an example.
okay, so I asked somebody to suck my toes, right? I was like, then I said, put my toe in their mouth. He's like, what? And then so I said, yeah, we want to. He's like, why would I do something like that? And I'm like, because it's intimate.
Okay, let me just say this. For me, right? I don't have a phobia, but I don't like toes at all. I don't like seeing toes. I'm always wearing socks. Anybody know me, but I still get pedicures and them stuff. There's a boy toe them nice and clean. So I don't want anybody to put them feet on me. I don't want to see your toes. I don't want you to touch
Really?
your foot. I don't like them.
So even when you're having sex, you don't want people's foot on you?
Well, in the moment, maybe. But instead of toes,
Okay.
something they know. Initially, I was like, I would never suck toes. Nasty. One day, one toe drop in my mouth and maybe like it. Lord, I told you drop in my mouth when I could it. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's nice. See? Do you know that movie Don't Be a Menace in South Central
I
when
love
man
that
they put the
movie.
ketchup on her toe and everything over there?
And suck it off.
Anyways,
That's what you did?
next question.
I mean, you have a spice of things. Do you think that food can be a part of foreplay?
Be. It can be. What do you mean? Like, whatever, a banana, you put some whipped cream on it, you put it in our mouth, and then look at something there, like, chocolate-covered strawberries, you rub them on our nipple, you rub them on our clit, you eat it back, you put some in our mouth. So come on, guys.
I think people have to be really creative because foreplay is not only limited to...
Well, I'm a creative and I'm very creative.
No, I'm talking about people overall, like people who've been listening to this. On it. Because the only thing they're going to say, all right, we'll kiss, him do this, and then we just start having sex.
Especially for special occasions, though, I feel like you can go above and beyond for your partner where foreplay is involved. Like, for instance, if it's Valentine's Day or a birthday, and you might say to Bob, no, you go and look at hotel, you mean for tell me, say, what if it's just one night? You mean for tell me it's just going to be regular vanilla sex?
No, no fights.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to know, go a fetish store, buy a little toys, go to Fruit Man, buy a little fruits, then look at something, they get a little whipped cream, a little chocolate syrup, a little things, and there's so many edible massage oils and massage things that you can use on your partner. So you just know that it's not going to just be the regular half an hour to 45 minutes sexual round. It's going to be a nice 2-3 hours because foreplay is involved and the foreplay take up at least 2 hours of it.
Hold on. How long do you expect foreplay to be?
Foreplay can be a minute. It can be, when I say a minute, I don't mean an actual minute, like 60 seconds. Foreplay can be, it depends. Because clearly not every time you're going to have sex, you're going to be there for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? But like, as I say, if it's a special occasion thing, foreplay can even lead up to all 45 minutes into 2 hours. I know, ask Christ. Depends on how many things what if you guys are role playing? Like, what if you guys are, you're implementing different things and, as I just say, with the fruit thing and the whipped cream thing and the massaging thing, you're not going to massage somebody for 1 minute. And the little wax thing, and you get the little wax there, and you massage the person. Listen, don't get me into it.
So,
please.
Do you feel like after the foreplay for 45 minutes, let's say it goes for 45 minutes, you'd be okay with just not having sex after that?
No, I can't because I'm going to need to release myself.
No, but I already feel good at everything.
No, I'm off a come Netanya. What you mean? Since I want to talk about the release myself, like somebody on Bridgerton, right? I forgot coblets, but I understand what I mean.
I suppose the woman already come from all this, and
then she don't have sex, but I would have to come. But she'd have to be very creative for that to happen. Ask guys about that. Such better get her job ready.
But then I'm interested in finding out that there's so many layers to foreplay because it's not limited to what people really think. And I realized that the other day that I found out, that a lot of people aren't into kissing because they think it's too intimate and them can't trust everybody mouth. And I'm like,
they can't trust their organs.
Yeah.
They can't trust them mouth, they can't trust them organs. And a lot of you guys are not even using condoms. So if you can't trust the person mouth to kiss them, are you doing raw dog style? And you're dropping on what
because people don't think about that. They don't think that far.
STDs are very real enough. So let us not even go there, but it's very real.
I think that's the only thing I really fear about sex. Because it's not even the pregnancy.
No, my belly for dash like rag, so I'm not really care about that part. You understand what I'm saying? Me dash your belly like old rag, and I tell you the truth right now, I have 3 doctors on my speed dial, and I have friends that own pharmacies, as I always say, so I can get products and things for dash your any belly at any given moment. Or not tie me down in no relationship in our work. You understand? But the STD things is the part that I am really fearful of.
But then that's the thing. A lot of people, you know what? I have an STD episode, so I'm not even gonna get in it because I feel very passionate about this stuff.
Yeah.
But back to the kissing thing, because I've seen people go great lengths with other people and they've never kissed. And I can understand from what you were saying earlier that, kissing means that, I really like this person.
Right.
And kissing is one of the more intimate things
very intimate.
Sex. But I feel like if you're going to go to...
But if people are spitting on the mouth and a piss pan on them, something they like, why can't kiss somebody?
Do you think PE is like foreplay too?
That can be, and I love that, not to receive it, but to give it. That's a very good foreplay. I love that for us. And then you can take a shower together and then you can now proceed into the actual activity.
So I feel, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's so many things you can do in foreplay that by the time you reach actual sex, you said, Jano, there's more?
Let me tell you something. I can recall one time it was, I did my birthday. I don't remember, but it was a special occasion. That sex lasted for about 4 hours. Because the foreplaying, we had like 2 different role playing, you understand? So police and thief and doctor and Ali's bag and Apache chief and everything. And then, it went on to the massaging thing what I tell you about, you see me? And then it went to the wax play and then it went to different layers of orals, and then it went to different things. That so by the time we reach sex, me tired body now, you know, say boy, if I perform, because remember, say boy, represent Jamaica. You understand? So, you know, make me lose my medal, because this is my last Olympics. Where I remember saying, yeah, boy, I get all in, so this is my last Olympics. So if I put on show, yeah, understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
Right. So that lasted about 4 hours. 4 hours, right? True, non-stop and night.
So most of it was foreplay.
Right,
okay,
but it was
cool.
just so... And the thing is, you know, it's people take sex, I think, a little bit too serious too. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of, it's okay to laugh too sometimes during sex. So when you have foreplay sometime and the wax metal drop like a bit too hot and you start laughing, I say, babe, boy, I do. But someone who's too serious and they want everything to be so sensual and they want to have this serious look on their face at all given time or just a moan and them stuff.
And I think it's because of what people have learned. Because if they never learn it, well, a lot of people don't learn from their parents. They learn from school and sure. So a lot of parents aren't going to talk to their kids about the details of sex, and I think it's because themselves don't really know because they weren't like taught it, and so them kind of shy away. And of course, parents don't want their kids to be having sex. So like, you know,
and some parents are hypocrites too because some parents that show it down right through, right?
That shit so.
And them something there, and when we never have light in a Jamaica, them something there. And them a fuck all boat pan roadside.
Them a fuck the rolling calf come out.
Yeah, and a fuck the rolling calf run them down. And them carrying already at night because the cow them a go run them down and them stuff. So some of them did nasty things. So they don't want to let us know, you know, all the different things and all the different, you know, things that they used to do. But I believe in, because I have a little sister who's 18, and we haven't had that talk about sex. And I'm 100% sure that she and my mother have not had that discussion either. But I believe that it is very imperative that we speak to our kids about sex.
I'm pretty sure your mother is not going to have a conversation with her.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So I am going to one day, but when she's 21, she can start having sex.
Yeah.
But don't like that laugh.
No, but
don't like that laugh.
I feel like people always put a time cap on when people are supposed to start having sex.
It's not even about the age for me. Like, my little sister is like, literally, to me, like a baby. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So it doesn't even mean about age. Because you know, some 18-year-olds are very much mature and they're very fast. She's a very smart girl, but like street smart, she's very sheltered and you know, them something. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I look at her like a baby to me. So I believe that, you know, life experiences first and they can matriculate.
All right, that's true. I know a few people. What the hell bite me? Anyway.
Only NetsChat you that talk about different things than I talk about bite and everything.
No, but it's well, that's why I'm looking.
What if it's a wasp? March and run.
No. No, but you know, I know people like that. I know some people who, you know, experience that first. Because I have a friend and sex is like the last thing on her mind.
That's
like,
me now.
I've never heard her talk about sex.
Let me tell you something. I wish that I wasn't so fast. I wish that growing up, I didn't start at such a young age. Because at least now, you know, sex would have been like, you know, yeah, festive to me. Really and truly, no, I'm not telling life, sex is the last thing on my mind. As sexual as I am, and as much as how I might talk about sex a lot, sex is the last thing on my mind now. Because I've done it so much when I was younger, I wish that I'd experienced life first and then start to do everything else. Because right now, what you going to come and tell me when me never do it? Or that even if I haven't done it, it's just because I don't want to do it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So, really, like, sex is
I feel like it's the curiosity of it, you know, because you hear people talk about it and you've never heard, you know, the main source, which is like inside your house, talk about these things. So when you go around or your parents tell you don't do this and they're not telling you specifically why you shouldn't do this or what it's about, I feel like having the conversation would have led to you making the choice of, I know what sex is, but I don't feel like I want it now.
And then I went to, I mean, I've been having sex before I started high school, but I also went to an all-boys school. You know, boys are very fast and boys love chat.
Kareem said before high school?
Yeah, man, yes.
Wow.
I mean, I've said it before. You know, I have experienced with orals from I was about 5 or 6. And then, like, I've been attempting to have sex. I clearly never know about penetration, but you know, you have to put your organs together. And you put it right at a look at all and a look at things. Then from I was about 8, 9. But then sex started to happen when I was in high school. Foreplay and them something too. Let me not ask guys. I believe that if them do a survey for our generation, I believe that I was maybe the first person to indulge in a lot of things.
You know, I'm not doubting it.
No, I'm
really not doubting it because why? because a lot of the things that you've mentioned since you've been sitting here, I didn't even know could have been considered foreplay. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, so maybe other things that I've tried or done could be foreplay, because something that I like is like fingers, not in me, but in my mouth. And
I love doing that. I like to put my fingers in your mouth.
And, people, I did it to somebody one time, and the person was so surprised because they were like, what are you doing? And mind you, this is somebody who's like way older than me.
Put it in my mouth. I don't have a problem with that. What you can't edit on that part. I'm joking. It can't stay. I'm joking. It's all right. Right.
So as I was saying,
back to the fingers in my mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
So this person was probably like twice my age. And
I never finger in my mouth yet.
And that's what I was saying. He was so shocked. And then I was like, what's happened? He's like, oh, my girlfriend don't do anything like this. And I'm like, that's interesting. And he loved it, like, it make him body run. Let me
tell you something, Natalia, about foreplay. It's the foreplay. Foreplaying is nothing that should be even too thought about. Also, sometimes, even the toe thing with me, I've only done it twice. I'm going to think I really do it. Well, maybe... If I'm in the mood, maybe. But, sometimes, just to try new things. The answer that man say, like, you're literally just trying things like the same finger in the man mouth thing. Like, you didn't, thought about that before. And be like, yo, if I'm going to put my finger in my mouth, you understand? And then maybe like it. You maybe allow wiggle him tongue, put your finger them to, and them, because stop with them, and ask, guys.
No comment. No, but I feel like because... as you said, people take sex too serious and take it like say it's an exam. They're going to concentrate. So when you bring up like certain things to them that you want to try, they're like, but this never in the manual with me to get more sex. And as such, you think that people are actually enjoying sex?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because I say, and that is the reason there's a lot of cheating things. And I don't want to even get into the dynamics of that, right? Or the semantics about cheating. But I believe that it's sometimes when you're not sexually pleased because you're so used to just one thing and you might step out just at one time and then you're getting this elsewhere and you're just like, but now I get this from me. Like, you and I can be together for 5 years and we're really having vanilla sex. And then you might hear your virgin and talk about it and say, dog, say Ray. And then you say, but what you talk about? Like, me never do this yet. You understand what I say? So true. That is also it. So that is why you should try things. Like, if something is out of your way of saying, I'm not gonna ever do this, you should always say, again, oral sex. There's different toys you can use that can perform the same task as a human being. Yeah,
because they have the toys that can...
Yeah, man, the suction thing, them and the things, them. So you can go out there, man, you can buy it for your girl, man, and you can try it.
But then I feel like there are things that I have said that I not ever do this. And then I did it and I'm like, this is fun.
Enough things me this, I'm not ever do it.
Exactly. Yeah. So then it's like, this is fun and then you want to go do it again and whatever. But I feel like even if you want to try something with somebody and it don't work, that doesn't mean it not going to work if you try with somebody else.
Facts. Factual.
Yeah, because I was talking to somebody and he was saying, I've never done this before because I don't want to do it or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I was like, so nobody ever yet asked you? And he was saying, he already expressed himself to them, saying now this. So they respected it. But true, me not respectful, me disrespectful. Me, I got asked. And he ended up doing it. And he enjoys it. And I'm like, so you really turn your mind from something that you have no experience in. Right? And I just feel like it's just a closed-mindedness and just
because... that is it because of how we were grown or things, that... Even if your parents ever taught you, the songs them that you were hearing, them bun on certain things and them talk about certain things and you're really and truly... As a man too, your ears say, must dagger the girl them and them feel pain and them feel bad and them something. So immediately going in, you really and truly feel like foreplaying, can never really hear much about foreplaying growing up. You feel like you must just insert and ram, jam, damage cervix and all them something. You must do the things them and the things them. Because our society don't speak about these things enough. And, as much as I can, I try to, just even throw in a little sex episode in a 1 or 2 time on podcast because it's very important. It's very, very important. It
is important. There's no, I was going to say but then I realized that there is no but. The only but is...
Yeah, because who's going to teach us? Because 3/4 of our Jamaican parents are not teaching us these things. So when you go on road now, and these are the songs that you've grown up listening, You understand what I say? Because you did say earlier, kissing and fingering, that's what a lot of men think that is foreplay. And you don't like to be fingered. A lot of women have been saying this to me since recently that they don't like to be fingered. And I am just saying to myself, me never did know this because this is what you really and truly think that that's it.
A lot of them, I can't say it's only like men learning this because a lot of women aren't speaking up.
Facts.
They're taking, the fingers and the man put them tongue in them ears and them like that. But they must say, well, it's sex, so let me continue doing it. Because a lot of women really only have sex for men. They don't have sex for themselves. So
men have sex for themselves. So
and that's
so women have sex for men, and men have sex for themselves.
When man
because
done,
when me done dance lock off. And police come and I have no permit, and the party can't turn on back up because I can't get the police the money. So the party done. You understand? Because so me stay. But it's not just for anything, just that's just how I am. Like, as my comment, I didn't want you to talk to me. Just leave me alone, don't touch me. At least for 20 minutes. Just gather myself together. You understand? But there's a few times, like, if you're really in at the moment still, as it done, man, I can't read it back again, man.
I don't believe in rounds. So let me just move on.
You don't believe in rounds?
No.
Rounds are important.
Not in recent times.
Rounds are very...
No, you're like 23. I am 23.
I'm not here, no, man, Marty, but you're old. Imagine me being 25. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I mean, you see, the thing is, for me, I feel like I experience everything in one go. So it's like, my father was always here. My father is very strict. So when my father left, and I'm like, I have this newfound freedom. What am I going to do?
Sex.
Within 2 years, I don't think I just did everything.
So imagine me when I have sex over 20 years.
I mean, I say,
like
that's crazy. And then we just gotta get tired.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, and that's why we try new things, and that's why we try to implement new things, and you listen to other persons talking, and you try to figure out, what have you not done as yet. And that's why I even do the never ever outside of it being fun and them something like that. But you also can see different person's reaction. And there's so many people who would link me on my social platforms and tell me, say, from my podcast, they have learned so much. Not just about sex, because boy very diverse and them something like that. But even on the topic of sexual things, they've learned so much from my podcast. And, all the never ever questions, those are also foreplay, those things can be foreplay. Like a lot of them. Spit play, wax play, like a lot of these things. Exactly, like the dom and sub play, role playing and all them something like those are foreplaying things. And it also makes the relationship and the sexual experience very fun. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine, and again, you don't have to be doing these things all the time you have sex with your partner, by the way.
Yeah, because you're going to limit it.
But once in a while thing, like you can even, say, all right then, 2 times for the month. The beginning of the month and the end of the month, yeah man, we can do some body role playing. You get a costume, me get a costume. I don't know what you're bringing. And then we can just, see what it is and spice stuff, like things like those. But
then the thing is, I really feel like at this point, it's like a mental thing because you have so many men out there who say them, do certain things, right? And them not believe in going outside of the vanilla. Them not step in at the chocolate and them not step in at the strawberry.
Not to, I want to be very careful with my words. I went to an all-boys school and majority of my friends are males, clearly. So a lot of my virgins, I'm going to tell people all the time, on my family side of things, I have, I'm from the Halu, uptown, and then I'm from the Rere, ghetto. So growing up, that's how my choice of friends have always been, right? So I have the nice, clean uptown people them, and the nice, clean garrison people them. So a lot of my virgins are from, not the uptown one, because people always uptown people are germs, but a lot of my friends who are from inner cities, them dark light night.
True.
Right? And I won't say too much, because I don't want the government start look for me. I don't know no criminals, by the way, please. But a lot of these people, them dark. And let me tell you this. And for me, I grew up, used to tell them, say, brother, you gotta try this, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And them lick it out, and them say, dog, where the pan, them something there. Just takes one person to bring out this out there, Because for my virgin, them know, them are eat things clean off of the plate, and the woman never cook. I'm gonna understand. So, you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So mentally, we're here, but it just takes the right person because a lot of women try to force things on us as well. I must have forced. It's about having a conversation. So you're not going to wait till you're in the bed now if I say, baby, you want to eat it? No, that's not how it's done. you ask, you say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about foreplaying like this? Or I say, boy, you know me that read something, or me that listen to Kareem BwoyATingz Podcast. Subscribe BwoyATingz by Kareem on YouTube right here. Right. You know, when I listen to BwoyATingz Podcast, and just say, Ray, that's how you introduce things to men, especially Jamaican men, because we're not very cultured like that, you know? And everybody have different diverse set of friends who can tell them certain things. Remember, I said them in them little bubble, you know. You understand what I'm saying? And you not really come out because you really have the body for you telling nothing. So if you are going to tell a man no about foreplay, the man go to lick in the head with a gun and say, what kind of foreplay they plan? No man.
Foreplay,
No man, girl belly if you hurt them. Because that's what they used to.
Cramping.
Yeah, man. And I said for work.
I mean, I feel that's true. And then another alternative without the conversation, because they can have the conversation and people still, you know, say, no, you just find somebody else.
Bunny, it's supposed to happen. Say, Michael Belly, that's where you must
I
be
don't
born.
mean cheat.
I left the, well, I mean, I've been in about 500 relationships, so I do believe that.
In cheating. I'm just asking, because the thing is, you know, so cheating can be like foreplay, because you see a man a cheat and you just get turned on.
No, man, cheating is foreplay. And cheating builds character inside the bedroom too.
I've always said this.
No, man, cheating builds character and cheating is foreplay for
Speaking from experience.
Same.
No, but actually, like, I never
God.
You know, do the things them to my man, and then he give me bond with somebody who will do the things them. So may I say, why? And he's like, because she do the things them. May I say, well, I forgot to do the things them to babes.
See there?
And
build a character.
it was
and then sometimes for men as well, or even women, your partner is not doing X, and then you step out and the next person I do it, and then you just realize that you really like these things. Cause you can really know if you never experienced it before.
That's true.
You understand what I say? I wouldn't know that.
I think that people, a lot of people have to step out of relationships to find out what them actually like. Cause your partner,
Me, I step out even if I find out I do step out. I still I step out serious. But if I find out I do find out, me I step out serious. I'm stepping in the name of love. And that's on Jesus.
you know what? I think that's all the time we have
See,
today.
that's a wrap.
I'm not even going to allow Kareem to make me start on this cheating thing. But I feel like foreplay should not be rushed, as we've been talking about. Foreplay actually does make sex so much better.
So much better.
So when the penis go inside, it's like a brata. Wait, I have a question before I wrap it up.
So why you have to remember the question when you talk about brata?
Because it's about ass eating. Do you think that can be foreplay too? Like, because
yes, it can be. Yes, it can be. Because it's just like oral. It's literally just like eating vagina or sucking dick. So it is.
they just flip her around.
It is.
Or you flip him around. I don't know. Because women also eating men's ass.
There's a lot of women eating.
No, I know.
Let me not even get started on this, but there's a lot of women out here that are eating men's ass, and I can say that I might or might not have gotten that act done before, but I know that there is a plethora of women who loves doing it, by the way. Not just to please the man, but them love do it.
Yeah.
Like, no joke about this. Like, a lot of women loves this in Jamaica. But them love this for a long time, because me left high school a minute. And from me, I got JC.
I feel like Jamaican people are just late about speaking about it, because it been not happening.
Them just late about talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I can recall when I was in fourth form, and this is not to expose my age, over 10 years ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago. I have virgins who used to tell me, say, girls, to eat them on stills, and them straight like arrow. And he used to tell me, say, you know.
But I don't think it's like a gay thing.
It's not a gay thing, but Jamaican people are ready for that conversation.
No, one thing like involves butts.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? But here we go. It's when an artist sing about it, then we can come back to the topic again. You understand? So give about another 2 years, then we can start out with the ass eating thing.
2 to 3.
Yeah, man, because I have a lot of stories, might be experiences or not. But yeah, man, from them time, the virgin used to tell me, say, yo, girl, I eat them ass. And I was just like, I can't understand.
Well, I mean, we reached the point where like men are eating ass openly now. So I feel like we soon reached the part where woman, I guess, start
something. Your body is your body. And once you're clean, you know, I take 2 showers, 3 showers a day. And, you know, I also bathe in coconut oil and all these things. And, you know, boy, body shower, body gel, you know, comprises of a lot of oils and essentials. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I use body butter and body oils on my skin. And I near and do
because
these
I think
things.
men are nasty.
That's why I talk about me. So the 2 to 3 shower thing and the things them with me do to my body. Boy, body nice and clean and smell good.
I really think it's a conversation with your partner. And I feel like if you talk to the person enough about it and you see them clean and your power around them and everything, then they can say, all right.
This is for another topic in the future.
I'm going to do that. But it's for another topic. I am going to leave that right there. This
I've never gotten that, by the way. Let me just say that. Disclaimer on this. Are thousands of people that are going to watch this. I've never gotten that. I'm just saying I would have wanted it done or want it to be done to me, but I've never gotten it.
True.
Let us not.
I'm not even gonna. I think it's one of my favorite things, not to do it, but to receive.
It could be one of my favorite things as well.
It is very interesting.
To do it and receive it.
I think it's better than head, I think it's better than head. For me.
If I was doing it, it would be better than head as well, to be honest with you. Hypothetically speaking, if I was receiving these things or giving them, it's way better than head.
Yeah,
but on that note,
you guys need to try some new stuff, and that is where we're going to leave it because this episode has been too festive, right? Thanks to Kareem for joining me. And Kareem, tell them where they can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter at BwoyATingz. Follow me on Instagram at Kareem BwoyATingz. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kareem. BwoyATingz by Kareem. See them, Martin. That's too much things. And also, I do have a radio show on News Talk at 93 FM every Tuesday night, 8 to 11 p.m. And we speak about taboo topics and everything in between and the things. Very, very festive show. You understand? Yeah, would.
Okay, guys. So all his information will be in the description box below. And you can subscribe to our channel as well. Period.
Definitely. You're heading to 10K, right?
Yes, going to 10K. I'm going to start putting a little more promotion on my podcast channel because I know I'm neglecting my babies over there. But yes, you can also subscribe to Martin's channel at the Bamcast.
The Bamcast
in the description as well. To 1K. Yeah. Okay,
right, true.
So see you next week when we will be talking about another banger video with tips on how to enhance your orgasms.
Why me could have done for that one day? But yeah, respect.